Hello, wonderful people, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are finally in Endwalker. We finally made it. And not a good news, my new webcam is on its way, so we will finally be done with the out of order picture and we will get back to my avatar. So yeah, I'm really sorry for the inconvenience so far, but let's hop into the story because we have to hurry with the Endwalker storyline. So yeah, let's hop into it. Laura, do you have some time to talk? Sure, I always have time for you. I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Why are we never going into the, meeting room anymore? I think we're only going here. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telopheroi. The Telopheroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arnwald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telopheroi are under the leadership of Fandaniel and one other delightful fellow, Sinos Galvas, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varys, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession, but that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Sounds to me like we should go. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Telopheroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Sharlayan, I'm sure of it. Yeah, let's go. Master Fortunal's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The forum knows more than it is letting on. Sorry to interrupt. All good. We've just received word from Mistress Krile. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go, let's go. You're to head to Limsa and board the next ship bound for Sharlayan. Let's go! And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesion. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. Oh my gosh, do I have to remember that? Wait. Present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesion. Probably there are some stupid things that we can select, no? Like, oh, we're trying to rob you, we're like pirates or something like this. But okay, let's remember that. Associates of the students of Baldesion. Okay, Order's restoration. Assist Order's restoration. Associates of the Students of Baldesion. Okay. I'm really bad with remembering stuff. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I mean, I'm sure if I say it wrong, they're gonna be like, oh dummy, that was just a joke. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course, we should set off at once. I mean, I did this before already, so I probably picked the right thing then. Or even if I messed up, I don't know. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to I can't speak. To wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Thank you, Tataru. Of course, you're the only person that says goodbye. Oh my god, we're actually going to Sharlayan. I can't believe it. Ugh, that is so cool. Finally, new area. Okay, let's head to Limsa. I arrived in Limsa and there is a concert! Oh, I hope I don't get copyrighted. Probably not. Damn, they are adorable. Damn, what are those outfits? They look so cool. Oh my god, I love that. Wait, I said I have to hurry, right? Oh my god, I love it. Okay, we really need to hurry. See you guys in a bit. Okay, here we are after the, like, we even had a goodbye party. Like, I'm happy with that. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. Oh, we're going for sure. The ship for Sharlayan should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Well, as far as I know us, we probably don't have any luggage. Let's be real. Aww.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Schedule?
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny.
What is Vankrit?
Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Can you please continue when I press go on?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Sharlayan, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
I'm coming, sir.
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
Damn, that is actually his issue.
I merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
Damn.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
They're cute.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Bring them back safe and sound, I promise. No sense worrying about the things we're powerless to change. And the first one is more calming, but the second one is the truth. Can't promise them. Maybe they all die. I don't know.
That's hardly comforting.
Well, it's not meant to be comforting.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Yeah, she's not the only one waving
Cory!
by.
Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
Shouldn't we go? Like,
We're
the
to
world
assist
is
the
ending.
Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower.
Thank you, but we should
Flamine
hurry.
and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return.
Thank you, thank you. Can we go now?
We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Am I the only one that doesn't really see them as the Scions? Like, for me, the Scions are just the, you know, like, the gang. You know? The OG people. I don't know. Them. Like the ones we actually travel with.
All aboard for Sharlayan!
Let's go! Have to hurry.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time. Let's go.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux.
Wait, am I dumb or just it
In
sound like
uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice.
I mean, I might be stupid. Maybe I'm actually just stupid. But that sounded
which
like MSF.
lives
Please let
is
me know in the
destined
comments.
to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
I'm really bad at discerning voices.
Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Hey, I see my thumbnail there.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Ooh. Hey, going to some new places. Ooh. primal.
Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Sharlayan should be coming into view at any moment.
Let's go! Well, hello there.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad.
Why do they put the question marks? Isn't it like that's Heidelin, no?
Feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Yeah, it was obvious. Damn, she's got pretty eyes. Holy. Why now, Heidelin? I can trust your words no longer. Yeah, I want to tell her that. Actually, you should never tell someone that you don't trust them anymore because, you know, I don't know. Like, never show them your cards. Why now, Heidelin? Gonna go with that. We're gonna play dumb.
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Heidelin has always been, a primal.
Exactly.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it.
Okay, okay.
When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
We made it.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Damn, she's so pretty. But so was Lakshmi. I still don't trust her. I guess we will find out more.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
We should
Then
do
let's
that.
go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen.
Oh, the music.
There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Yeah, the deck is stuffed. Like, there's
Oh, I
no
see
room
it.
for us to see anything. Ooh.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Yeah, we're all here.
Indeed, 'tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper.
Not gonna lie, it's kinda annoying me that half the crew has white hair.
There is no greater concentration
More
of wisdom
than
in all
half.
the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Is that bothering anyone else? Did literally all of them have white hair? Or is that like a thing, like if you're a Scion you have to have white hair? I guess grey, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy how Uriashi is the one standing out the most with his grey hair rather than white. And there we are, Endwalker. We actually made it.
Sharlayan,
Oh.
the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Ala Megan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
And they make pretty clear that they are not allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
You still have to
Quite.
like your face.
So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldesion, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Graha-tia, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Just walk past them, no? Oh, never mind, you would see you.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Graha-tia of the students of Baldesion at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
She doesn't look happy.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Can we get the full names of the others too?
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
So they can't get into the city anymore? disown your children and then you disown the whole city
And
disowns
while
you?
such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
No, they're gonna destroy the whole city now.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Nora Erda, adventurer by trade, artisan, champion of Eorzea. What am I? Champion of Eorzea? Yeah, I am. Just gonna love that.
And it is a title well earned, I can assure you.
There we go. Oh, no, don't. No. We're not skipping that.
An adventurer by trade is what your documentation indicates. No mention of this particular title. Self-appointed, I take it?
What?
Either way, your employer seems willing to vouch for your character, so I shall, albeit reluctantly, grant you entry. Champion.
Yeah, I'm
And you,
champion of
sir?
Eorzea.
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me...
Hi, Kryle.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldesion, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Let's go.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
Yeah, how dare you not write in champion of Eorzea?
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Damn, that was all the first quest I can't. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Thank you. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But I haven't learned anything. But this is Lura and Destinian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. We're gonna look at the whole place. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you're settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldesion Annex. How does that sound? I mean, it's also in the middle of the night. That's a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Levier estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I'm equally untethered as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. Sounds like fun. The annex was west of the XIV Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith, but I leave. What of you, Justinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Of course, if you will have me. Commodore Sharlayan awaits. God, I can't speak anymore. Damn it. Alright. Guess we're gonna look at Sharlayan. After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Graha-tia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. In the event you use the Ethernet, graha-tia will catch up to you so long as you remain in the same area. You can leave graha-tia behind, however, by entering a different area. You may also speak to him and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have graha-tia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While graha-tia is accompanying you, next try speak with Kral. Okay. All set, then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the Last Stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kral is also now accompanying you. Lead you to companions to the Last Stand and speak with Kral at the designated location. While you're accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, let's do that. Alrighty, we're at the Last Stand. And here we are at the Last Stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparations is quite extensive, the average Sharlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. Damn, sounds like amazing food. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer. So he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the Last Stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Sharlayan, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall the burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu, not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the XIV Plaza. Let's go. And we're at the XIV Plaza. An unusual shape, isn't it? Oh yeah, looks really pretty. I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning aephorite. Damn, it looks cool. Very pretty. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Yeah, I already did. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much wanted discoveries are the reason Sharlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aephorites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Sharlayan's largest marketplace. Okay, let's go there. Alrighty, we're here at the Agora. Looks pretty. Not gonna lie, Sharlayan looks really pretty. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Sharlayan, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for our next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aephorite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to that imposing building at the very top. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so I guess this is the impressive building. Damn, that view though. Not gonna hide. Damn, Sharlayan is actually pretty. This grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the forest. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I mean, yeah, actually, I can kind of see the influence. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Let's do that. Okay, so we're at the Journey's End. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Njungkrep built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Leveilleur. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now shall we head directly to the Baldesion Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aephorite Plaza. Correct, after you, Laura. Okay, but first... Which is the great house? Oh. Okay, yeah, very subtle, very subtle. Okay, I can see that. Okay, let's go there. Alrighty, and here we are. As the choice look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldesion Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorsteps of Phenomenon, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. Let's go, check it out. And I had to check out the Leveilleur estate, like you can just walk in, it's insane. I'm back and I've brought Laura and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello Graha, it's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Laura. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ochika? Tsunchika? It has been an age. Allow me to introduce, or is it Oika? Tsunika? I say Ochika? I don't know. Administration officer for the students of Baldesion. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. The champion of Eorzea has featured prominently in Kryl and Graha's reports, so for me this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It is an honor to make her acquaintance. Thank you, thank you. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Sharlayan, whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the Annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the Annex has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first we must ensure that the Telophoroi fall. Let's do that. For the door on the left there is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I do have a feeling that Estinian got lost. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the engine, so please feel free to make yourself at home. The nap room's perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed, far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. It was simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the engine just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Nice. Let's do that. Let's see. Whoa, that looks really pretty. I like it here. I also like the music. Feeling refreshed and alert, our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. Let's do that.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois.
Aww.
Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldesion. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Uh-oh.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking. Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. the rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
And we're done with the first part. Our arrival in Sharlayan. Whoa, there are 2 storylines. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna do Kryl first and then Thancred, probably? I don't know. But yeah. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and bye bye.